Hey, good morning. Well, we kick off a Monday here very quiet. Chicago is kind of licking its wounds after yesterday's Packer-Bear game. Market very quiet here. A little softer in the reds and greens. Those are the weakest on the board this morning. I think you got to keep an eye on support levels now. For example, this red June contract, this 72 level is very important. If you start to take out 72, I think you can press this market a little bit with another leg lower. Based on the light volume, no data that we're seeing today, it's going to be a key level going forward. Don't forget, we get a lot of supply this week. That's what people are probably going to be focusing on going into this week. Market struggles here first thing this morning. We'll see if we can bounce off these lows. But I'd be looking at selling a bounce. Your range in red June today is 72 to 76. It's a pretty good range so far. So I'd keep an eye on both of those, the low and the high, to see if we can get out of that range this morning or sometime today. Also in the red March, last week, remember, we had a weekly pivot of 04. I think it worked pretty well. I mean, we had 4.5 was a low a few times last week, and we bounced considerable off of those lows, and now we're below there. I think 3.5 is Friday's high, and overnight 3.5 is the high so far. I want to keep an eye on the 04 level. Also, I'd like to actually sell 04 to 06. I think you're going to start to have some resistance, and if we took out 06, then you could look for the next leg up towards 10-11 again. But I think the market overall looks weak, trades soft, and you're going into the supply. It could be a tough week for us, meaning we get another leg down. Also, I sent out the CME spread on Thursday of last week, I believe. That spread has bounced a little bit. I think you keep an eye on that. I do like the idea of these spreads widening out a little bit more. I think we could be in a bigger corrective type trade down, and that's what you're going to see is the reds and the greens trade, lower than the front part. So I'd actually have that CME spread on now, looking for a little bit more of a correction. Open interest in the Eurodollar options. March 97 calls down about 13,000. We've seen good size buying in this short June 75-80 put spread and the 75-80-85 put fly. Open interest on Friday in the 75 puts up about 16,000, and the short June 80 puts up about 15.5. So you are seeing new positions put on that. I think it's the consensus that we're seeing, that people are getting the inflation's getting play, people getting nervous about all the supply that we're issuing, looking for another leg down in the market. So maybe you pick up some gamma that way, looking to buy some puts on a bounce. So far this morning, the short Feb 91 calls, threes traded about 3,000 times. Paper was buying those. So you still do have mixed feelings on where this market's headed. It's Jack McGrath with NakedTrader.com. Have a great day. Thank you.